Hi everyone, welcome and thank you for being here. Welcome to day 12 of my 45-day challenge, Endurance and Echoes. 45 days of running, cycling, and the stories that shaped me. On this day, day 12, I'm supposed to cycle 34 kilometers. You remember the previous 2 days I had done 8 kilometers on day 10 instead of 36 kilometers, and then I did 15 kilometers on day 11 instead of 35. And I called myself to a meeting because I realized it was becoming a trend and didn't want it to happen on the third day. So on this day, I faithfully went and cycled 34 kilometers. It was drizzling. It had started drizzling, and just as I got out, there was a small drizzle, but I told myself, let me just go, this doesn't look like it will rain. And it didn't. And the drizzle came back when I was finishing the ride. By now, my butts are used to the long rides. I no longer feel pain. I'm no longer in pain. My body has adapted. And in these rides now, I don't use music. And I get to do a lot of self-reflection. I get to do a lot of introspection, and it is making me realize that this is not just about the physical activities. It is more of shadow work. I am reliving all those things that happened in my life, and some of them are nice, some of them are hard, some of them are heavy, some of them are traumatic, and I hope I get the courage to share them all with you. Some of them are shameful, yeah, but I realize that is my life. I have to embrace all of it. And so in my riding and thinking on this day, I end up doing 36 kilometers of bike ride instead of 34. So that's a plus. It has added to the ones that I didn't know, the deficit that I had. To story number 12. I'm now in class 5, and boarding school is boarding. And as usual, there are days that are bad, there are days that are good. We go to the river. Sometimes when there was drought and there was no water, I would go to the river and get water. And the things I remember in class 5 was that now my sister was not there now to protect me from my mischief, so I had to behave. But did I really know how to behave? I don't think so. I was just being me and being bubbly and being all over the place. Despite the fact that there was too much viboko, it could not stop me. It did not stop me. And yeah, in class 5, I remember we made bean bags in home science. And then in class 5, I am left-handed. So there was this nun called Sister Caroline. We used to call her Sister Caro. So Sister Caro beats me, chappers me thoroughly for writing using my left hand. It really hurt me because from the time I started going to school, in fact, from the time I was born, there was no one who had told me that it was wrong using my left hand. And so when my mom came on visiting day, I told her that Sister Caro chapped me to a pulp because I had I was using my left hand. And if you went to Asumbi boarding school, Sister Caroline was cruel. She used to beat us until, we used to have underneath our uniforms used to be petticoats. Yeah, we were told to come, were they black petticoats? I think we were told to come with either black or white. And on this day, I had a black petticoat. And Sister Carol would beat you until she lifts your uniform and got underneath your petticoat. It was thorough beating. I even want to cry if I remember it. That was brutal. I feel teary. Yeah, it was brutal. So when my mom came, I made sure I told her that this woman beat me up because I was using my left hand. And my mom is the kind of fighter. When she has something to fight, she does not make noise, but she makes sure her point is put across. So that was the last time. It was the first and the last time someone ever beat me because I was left-handed. Those who are left-handed have stories to tell when they were growing up. It is wrong, it is bad, it is brutal to hit a child because they are left-handed. By forcing them to use their right hand, already you are distressing them, because that is not their right, that is not their natural way of working. And I have 3 girls, and one of them is left-handed, and she's the one with whom I share a birthday. And I have not heard that anyone has hit her or beaten her because she's left-handed. And if someone does that to her, it would be a very big trigger for me. It would bring back my class 5 experience of when Sister Carol beat me up because I was left-handed. So that was the first and the last time somebody hit me because I was left-handed. And also, growing up now, I got used to being different. I realized that in my family, I was different. I was the one who was left-handed. I was the tiniest. I was the shortest. And I started getting used to being the odd one out. There are people who say that because they were left-handed, they changed their hands once, either because they were beaten by a teacher in school. Shame on you if you're that teacher. And also because they felt ashamed. If they had gone somewhere and they saw everyone eat using their right hand, they were afraid to use their left hand, and so that is how they started using their right hand. You'd find such people using both hands. They'd either use the right one for eating and the left one for all the other activities. Me, on the other hand, I use my left hand to do all things. The right hand is just to support. And so in this one, my mom really came out for me and she advocated for me. And I think it was communicated in the entire school. Don't touch my baby. Don't beat her because she's left-handed. You will interfere with her. And as a parent, when you stand up for your child, it builds their confidence. It makes them feel taken care of. It makes them feel important. It makes them know that if ever anything happens to me, And I tell my mom. From that point, I knew that if ever anything happened to me in school, and I told my mom, she would come and advocate for me. And that is my story for year 12. Thank you for being here. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next one.